Another thing I wanted to say is that, you know, if you're into crypto and you're thinking about buying some Bitcoin or whatever, like Bitcoin's essentially like the blue chip of crypto, right? So, you know, close to $1 trillion market cap. People are talking about Bitcoin, like, yeah, no duh. So, but if you're worried about buying the dip and blah, 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 you can dollar cost average. So you're essentially making a little piece every day. But here's something. So first of all, John was saying, like, you'll write off your miners. So if you consider it a business expense, and we're not accountants, so speak to your accountant about it. But, you know, if I spend $100,000 on Bitcoin, wow, I bought 2.5 Bitcoin, that's great. Cool. I had to make that $100,000 selling real estate, so I had to pay tax on that $100,000. But if I do it and it's deductible, I'm buying printers, I'm buying the machines to mine that, that's a deduction. So my first $100,000 of Bitcoin that I earn, oh, it's offset because I own this Bitcoin now, but it's all right off because I paid for these machines. But the really good part about it that I like is that not only are you owning $100,000 worth of Bitcoin over the course of, say, 2 years, year and a half, but the next 2 years, you're going to earn another that size of Bitcoin. So for your one investment, whether it's 12,000 or 100,000, whatever it may be, 5 years down the line, you're probably getting 2.5 times what you put in as far as the quantity of Bitcoin. So you could buy a machine today, you could spend $12,000 and get this little piece of Bitcoin, earning that every year. And in 4 years, when that Bitcoin is now, who knows what the price is, you're still going to get that same piece for that original $12,000. So let's say, or you say you're buying a Black Diamond, it's 1.3 Bitcoin per year. Great, it's $90,000 with 1 year's hosting. That's great, $90,000 bucks. 4 or 5 years from now, you still could be making 1.3 Bitcoin a year, and Bitcoin could be $250,000, $300,000 from your $90,000 investment 4 years ago. That to me is a great return. I mean, sure, it's not real estate; it doesn't stay forever, but where it is, and then you could trickle. What I like to do is I sprinkle out a little bit into some of these fun altcoins, and we'll buy some NFTs.
There's some altcoins, like the blue chippers. Like if you're going to trade on the stock exchange, right? You're the blue chippers. You know, your Microsoft, your Apple, you know, Amazon, you know, stuff like that. So the blue chippers, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think Solana's a blue chipper.
I think it's contending, for
Solana.
sure.
What else we consider blue chip? Avalanche? I don't know, because it's the new.
Avalanche.
I think gaming and all that. I think that's a good
Binance.
place. Yeah.
Binance is kind
Binance.
And Shiba's actually kind of a blue chipper. It's number 9 coin.
Hey, isn't
Come
that
on.
something, Shiba?
I have a good Shiba story if you want to hear it.
I want to hear
Anyway.
that. I want to hear that because then Doge is Elon Musk. So you never know what happens with Elon Musk, right? He bought Twitter for $48 billion, whatever it was. So who knows what
His
he's going to
first
do?
tweet could be Doge to the moon, and then
yeah.
Boom.
we're
Right,
all
boom.
rich. So.
Yeah, what I would do like that, those what I call fun plays, right? Because you know what, it's kind of funny. Mark Cuban said, you know, the shit coin, they said like Dogecoin. He goes, I'm in it. But they call it a shit coin. You know why? It's a play. It's like saying, yeah, I'm going to put some money that you can afford to lose. I'm going to put $1,000 into Doge. And one day Elon may tweet something or something with Elon because he's space, Tesla. Elon I followed for many years. I invested in Tesla when it was $33, you know.
Did you?
Yeah, but I sold it at $260. I wanted to sell it a
That's
lot
still
later,
good. 8x. Good for
Yeah.
you. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah.
it was a good return. Right, but I follow him, and every time I said, like, this Tesla thing, people say, what are you talking about? It's a little cheap electric car. I said, no, it's a tech stock. This guy's brilliant. He's ahead of the curve. And that's what Bitcoin is, and that's what crypto is.
Agreed.
It's ahead of the curve. But it's hard to convince people because change is hard to tell people. I'm a traditional, don't tell me about Bitcoin because, well, you don't know until you do it, and it's good. You can get your feet wet a little bit, buy a small mining, and see. To me, you got to go a little bigger because it's just not worth the return.
But I also think now technology is changing so fast. So I brought up earlier the dot-com era, and it took years for people to understand the World Wide Web.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to move fast, which is why I think this conversation, I always say you're never too late, but start paying attention.